In this program, we are going to create a text box and a submit button. In the text box, we will be entering a Unix command and click on the submit button. Then it is redirecting to the page unixcmd.pl. In the perl file, it has to execute this particular command and show us the output. We will save the file. We have discussed already in the simple sample program of the perl, that is var www cgi bin. Inside that, what is the name we had given is unixcmd.pl. Save it. The first line specifies the perl compiler path, that is usr bin perl. Then use space cgi space single quote colon standard colon semicolon. This line is necessary because as we are taking the input from the HTML file and sending to the perl file, it is required as we are accessing the file in the browser. If you are working on the terminal, it might not. But on the browser, if you are working the perl files and sending the information from HTML to the perl file, then this per second line is required. Then as we have to print the output on the browser, content hyphen type colon text slash HTML. This is the MIME type. What you have to remember is here we are going to put the colon slash and semicolon. These are the first three lines generally any perl program will be having, and this should be proper to see the output on the browser. Next, what you required? You required an input. From where? From the HTML file, and this particular text box has to send. So a name has to be given for this. Any name. So as it is a Unix command, I am giving txtcmd. In the JavaScript, we will be giving the ID, but in Perl and PHP, we will be specifying the name for the text boxes. And what is the method? To get the data from the text box. Param is the method. In JavaScript, we will be using document.getElementById, but here we will be using the param. After getting that has to be stored somewhere. So $cmd is the variable. In the Perl and PHP, all the variables will be prefixed by the dollar symbol. Now I have to print that. So how it will be executing and printing is using the system command. System, and where my data has stored in the $cmd variable. Save it. And before executing this on the browser, you have to compile it and give the permissions for the Perl program. So if I have forgotten the names of my programs, I can give the ls. My program name is unixcmd.cl. So I am giving the permissions for that particular file by using the chmod 777 unixcmd.pl, and I try to compile it to check either any errors are there or not. Right now it is not showing any errors. So I go here, refresh the page. Date is one of the Unix command. I try to execute that. So I am getting the output here. Fine. Now You can see here on the URL. Question mark txtcmd is the text box name and what I entered is date. Why you are getting this? Because by default the method what I used in the HTML file is get method. If I have not specified any method means by default the method is get. If I use post, what will happen? Go back. Calendar I have printed. You can see. Now in the URL path, I am not getting the txtcmd question mark and all the stuff. That means whenever I need a security, then I will be going with the post method. And if the data is not that much secure, I can go with the get method. Example, Google. When I'm searching, that whatever the keywords you are searching, that will be shown in the URL path. That is for the get method. And your email account, when you are entering the username password, it will not show on the URL because it is secure. So in those cases, you have to use the post method. So what you have to remember regarding this program is the path what you are giving here. Save the file under the CGI bin. If you are creating your subfolder, then permissions for the folder and everything has to be given. So directly store under the CGI bin. And here give a name for the text box and remember that. That text box name you are supposed to give here using the param. And store it in one variable. And using the system you are going to try to print that. The first 3 lines should be proper. Give the permissions for the perl file by using chmod, and any changes if you are doing, compile it first, then execute it on the browser. So it is a very simple Unix command program.